I was doing my research for today's video and then Meghan Markle is world's most influential royal? Brave and bold unlike any other? What the hell? And then I thought that this could be the perfect way to open today's episode. Welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and it would be great if you join us by just liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell. Let's get down to it. No, seriously, what kind of headline is this? Is this some kind of PR paid piece? I had to jump in just to see who was claiming that Meghan was the most influential royal. And this is the strange part. The supposed report that was nowhere to be found was conducted by the site Design Bundles that, as the name suggests, has nothing to do with data, royals, or even Sizzler. So I already have serious issues with their credibility, and this is a concept that is going to be important today. This is allegedly based on searches and hashtag uses, and to be fair, if you go to Google Trends and find out who is the most searched royal between the Sussex and the Cambridge houses, well, Meghan takes the lead, followed by just Harry. So they are famous because at least people are Googling them, and that must be the reason they got into jeopardy.
Ends in EX12.
Despite living in the US, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle retain their titles Duke and Duchess of this place.
What is Montecito? This is a common misconception, mixing the terms famous with influential. Meghan Markle is famous, there's no doubt about it, but some would say that the right word is infamous. From infamy, which means that people know you for all the wrong reasons, for some bad quality or deed. But that doesn't mean that you're influential. Influence is the capacity that you have to change others' behaviors. Like that time Cristiano just put 2 cokes away and the impact it had. But Meghan is seriously trying to capitalize on that fame no matter where it comes from. And I find really bizarre that Nigel Farage, of all the topics that he could have talked with Donald Trump, he actually asked him about Meghan.
I'm not a fan of hers at all, and I think she's very disrespectful to the Queen that we just spoke about, who's such a great woman, who's such a great person. I think she's very disrespectful to the royal family, but maybe most importantly to the Queen.
So he's not a fan of Meghan, but it seems that Harry is not a fan of Melania either, so make of that what you will. And this is the kind of signals, this hand gesture that just explodes in theories about its meaning. You're absolutely free to suggest your own explanation in the comments. But I do know that Harry is a fan of Rihanna because, seriously, you cannot fake those facial expressions and body language. This image speaks for itself. Look at them. Yeah! Riri is looking straight at Harry's mouth, and that's a signal that you fancy someone. Eye contact usually happens over the triangle of eyes and nose. If it goes to your mouth, it's that they like you. And if it goes lower, it means that they really like you. And you can pretty much confirm with this picture that Harry's eyes were going down that road. Really down that road. It's like this sequence of photos. When was the last time that you saw Harry's face shine bright like a diamond? Pun intended. And since we were talking about searching, if you search the term Harry looking at Rihanna, you'll find many photo series like this where you can really notice the chemistry between them. And chemistry is sometimes a difficult term to define, but in the realm of body language is something that most people, especially women, can pick up at first sight. It's a combination of a relaxed body language synchronization, looking comfortable with each other's personal spaces and their facial expressions. You have asked many times, "Hey Jesus, you are always talking about body language blunders and mistakes. Can you show us examples of good couples' body language?" And this is it. It's undeniable that they connected with each other. And I'm sure that in some parallel universe, Riri became the Duchess of Sussex, and instead of making Kate cry, she made Charlotte braids. But back to the concept of influence. Influence is closely related to credibility and substance, and we already know that in the credibility department, the Montecito dwellers are lacking a bit. And this has gone as far as their lawyer trying to explain the concept of bullying.
I think first thing is to be really clear about what bullying is. What bullying actually means is improperly using power repeatedly and deliberately to hurt someone.
Well, I think Meghan should start looking for another lawyer, because that is definitely not helping. But what is even more baffling is that when there comes the spicy part, the part that I wanted to analyze, this happened.
The Duchess of Sussex absolutely denies ever doing that.
What? She's literally hiding her face from the camera like if they were interviewing an anonymous mescaline brownie seller from the dark web. Is this some kind of a strategy to avoid appearing on my videos? But it doesn't matter, because just the fact that her lawyer thinks that she needs to clarify the term bullying itself, that's a legal red flag and a common strategy used in debates and trials. Like saying, oh, what do you mean by bullying? The Duchess is not a bully, she is just radioactively annoying. And I mentioned that influence requires two things. One is credibility and the second one is substance. Okay, let's say that you're credible. Let's say that I can trust you. The substance is the actual gasoline, the actual source of your influence, so you can change someone's behavior. It's sort of the why should I do as you say? Why should I change my behavior or my thinking or my beliefs? Or why should I get into action to whatever you say? And this is exactly where people's perception of you is actually important. Because it's not enough to know who you are, it's not enough to be famous. There must be some substance behind it. Even if you are a celebrity and you are at the very least offer entertainment. That's your value, that's your substance. And that's why Meghan and Harry's plan of being financially independent with their Spotify and Netflix deals hit a rock. Because, okay, you got the fame, you dominate Google searches, you are the king and queen of Instagram hashtags. What is the substance that will make people turn into paid subscribers just to see your content? In this regard, I think that a good example is what Fergie is doing on her YouTube channel. It really doesn't matter what is your opinion of her as a person. We know that she's not short on scandals. But for this example, what I really want to point out is that she's putting in the reps. She's putting out content consistently, putting out value consistently, and that's something that anyone can learn from. There's a book by Gary Vaynerchuk that just the title sums it up pretty well. Jab, 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 right hook. The jabs are the boring part of your job, the non-glamorous part of what you do, those long hours day after day that are not pretty and are usually focused on giving value for others without expecting anything in return. Because there's no better way to build influence than going out and helping people. And it doesn't have to be complex at all. Sometimes people just want someone to listen to them, or read books to them, or share a cup of coffee with them. But we have a BS detector that tells us when something is just off, when intentions are not clear or there's a hidden agenda behind it. And that's why credibility is so important to help that substance remain glued together. And that's what has happened with the Harkles. Whatever credibility they had, they have lost it. And at the same time, people is not really sure of what the substance behind that. They haven't put in the reps. They haven't jabbed enough. Because the right hook is the moment when they finally release their content in these platforms, and ideally, people will want to subscribe to watch them. But if your personality gets in the way, if at any moment you think it's about you, you already lost. If you want to refine your observation skills, all you have to do is download my 100 battle language tips right in the description of this video. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas, and it will always be a pleasure, my battle language buddies. Much love and bless.